Factz Media Global. You tuning in to the KOC. This is the live at 5. 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Is it me or is it does it feel like the winter? I mean, not the winter, but the weekend. The weekend is still here. I mean, I haven't even seen the winter. You know, I don't know if I even seen the real winter in the last 3, 4 years. But being that it's Monday, you know, all day, and we just got finished enjoying our wonderful weekends. So why not share a little bit about your weekend, I was watching I was watching a show earlier, and somebody mentioned, and they was talking about friendship. Like friendship, and somebody said that friendship is essential. Friendship is essential for the soul. And I thought about it, and I was like, hold on. I was just thinking, you know what I mean? Because you hear a lot of things. So I thought about it for a minute. And then I came to the realization, and I said to myself, like, that friend thing is I mean, what's going on with that friend? Like, do real friends exist anymore? I mean, if you the people that was that was having the conversation, it was like fraternity guys. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the fraternity's mottos. If you're familiar with the fraternities and you know about that, I mean, I never did the college thing, so I don't even get into that. I'm trying to, I can't speak on something that I don't know, but I mean, on a little quote, somebody makes a quote, and you know what I mean, and I can think, I mean, you can go over it in your head and try to figure out what do they mean by that, how do they put this into effect, or does it really exist? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at yourself. When you hear somebody make a quote, and you look at yourself and you try to evaluate whether or not, or how does this quote play a part in your life. So when I thought about it, of course, friendship is essential for the soul, and I thought through, and that friendship thing is really, really like a lost. It's like it's like the 45s. It's like the 8 tracks and the 45s and the cassettes, and now even the CDs. It's phased out. Everybody is on edge, and you have to understand this is one of the main things that is hindering the advancement of our people. When I say our people, I mean our people in the struggle. We cannot categorize it because, like I said in one of my last shows, the hate, the hate you spew today will live with you. It will grow on you. It's you. You have to answer to that for the rest of your life. We watch it every day. Look at all of the scandals. Look at all of the scandals. Do you honestly think when Richard Pryor was doing whatever he was doing with Marlon Brando that he really, at any time, he thought that years down the line it was going to be Quincy Jones was going to be a brother? Look at the examples that we setting for the people. Look at the examples that we allowing this mainstream media to portray. Facebook, new controversy shows. The Facebook new controversy shows. What does it show, people? What does it show? Let me let it come back up so I can read it for you. Because I understand. We have some issues. But it says right here, Facebook's new controversy shows how easily online political ads can manipulate you. Now, we're just talking about online political ads. But don't ever get it twisted and have yourself to come to the realization that it's only going on in politics. We see it. Don't you see it? You're looking to get something for the house. You decide, oh, let me search what you name it, whatever. I'm gonna get a new kitchen table, and I don't want to look online because I want to compare some prices. I'm not really trying to shop anything, but I want to look online, and I just want to see what the options is, see where the market's at right now. This is what I'm trying to do. Let me go on my phone and go look up a few things. I'm looking for me furniture, so I'm gonna go Value City. What else? Bob's Mattress, and you're gonna go somewhere, Renaissance, wherever you wanna go. You wanna check out the prices. So you stroll through, and then you make a decision. You get offline. Next thing you know, you look on your Facebook, you look on your Instagram. They got ads coming through. Save 50% right now on a kitchen table with the vase that come with the top for free, and you think that's why is this for just by coincidence that you was looking through your phone trying to price check and compare some prices, that now you got a furniture frenzy going on, crowding up your feed in your on your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever account. Think that's just happening? This profiling is at an all-time high, and nobody's stepping up to say anything. Nobody's stepping up. Nobody is coming together. Nobody is trying to challenge the agenda. Like, how is it that now, in order to get a job, you got to go through CIA clearance? They want to go. They want to know your genealogy. What is that? The website that tells you all your family heritage. Like they want your whole family tree for $8.50 an hour job at Taco Bell. They want 4 forms of ID, your social. They're gonna run a credit check. They're gonna make sure they got the full profile. You're being profiled. Why? So they can manipulate your internet, the thing that you love so dearly. Take your phone away from you right now, you wouldn't be able to function. A lot of these millennials, take away their devices. See what kind of mental anguish and mental problems that they occur. They're gonna get the shakes. You probably gonna have to get a medication. They're gonna be jittery, uppity. But all that energy is built up. Why? Because they're not outside playing freeze tag or catch one, catch all, or I mean, you name it. They ain't putting their feet in talking about any, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the Robert whatever by the toe. They not on their bikes and the older adults is not in the community gathering up the kids. No, they telling them, get your bike from in front of my car. Move it before you scratch my car. Move the bike from in front of my house. Don't ever put your bike. Get out of here. Whoa, get. They don't ever come out and say, hey, well, man, this Saturday, I want y'all to get together, bring your bikes over here. I'm going to look at them, make sure they all nice and tuned up, and we're going to go for a bike. We're going to go for a bike ride. So go talk to your mom. Or matter of fact, I'm going to call her later. Because you know what I mean? The community supposed to know, y'all all supposed to know each other. It shouldn't be no problem for somebody in that community to say, you know what? I'm off this weekend. I'm gonna go take the kids to the bike ride, or I'm gonna go take some kids in my neighborhood to the library, or I'm gonna go take them to the museum, or I'm gonna go take them to look at the firehouse, or go tour somewhere around in our community. It ain't no problem for me to go get these 5, 7, 8 kids in my community that's got all this energy pent up and say, you know what, we're gonna go down here to the park and get some bags and some and something, and we're gonna go down here and clean it up. We all gonna do it together. To try to teach the kids, like, look, you got to do this is where we just can't keep talking it. Can't you see you've been bamboozled? Whole time you on Facebook thinking that you doing whatever you doing, but something else was going on Facebook. We see now something else is going on Facebook. The side effects, the manipulation. Why? All because they got your profile. They got your profile. Put them devices down. Put them devices down. Pick up the device at 12 p.m. Then you pick it up at another time at 5 p.m. and then at 11 p.m. for Factz Media Global, because you're going to get that uncut raw that's going to open your eyes, and you know what? It's going to peel them blinders back. It's going to be like a drop top, like them old windows in the cars. Who remember them old windows in the old cars where the front window you had to move? It was really like in vans and stuff like that, but you had to turn it up, then you had to kick it out, and then the window like kicked out. Yeah, that's how you gotta do with them blinders. Them blinders, you gotta just take your hands, grab them from the side, and just peel them back so they can just flip back, or just take them off. All these pictures that these so-called leaders and these so-called community activists and like these preachers, these pastors, that's allowing these people to come into your communities, walk right past you, don't say hi, survey the land, survey the opportunities, and then bring business into your community. They didn't even ever even spoke. But now they got a whole housing complex down the street. How did that happen? Did you have any say so in it? Come on, how do I gotta keep going over this again and again and again until somebody says, you know what, man, because something got to change. I'm gonna take this brother's advice. You know what? I'm gonna go to the library and I'm gonna look up community organizations. How do you start it? And then when you look it up, then you're gonna see, oh, they encourage the HUD, Housing and Urban Development. All of these different agencies encourage the exact same thing that I'm talking about. They encourage it. They want you to do it. Why? Because then when the people come in your community and they talking about they want to go and knock down this and tear up that, they got to talk to you. They gonna have to come and holler at the community association in that community and try to figure out what it is if they got the okay. If they got the okay or not, and if they want the okay, they gonna have to break that bread. That same bread that they've been hitting them churches with, because they is coming in the community and they is asking and they is getting approval, but it's just not getting the approval from the actual people in the community. We getting the approval from these so-called pastors and ministers with their homosexual agendas and their homosexual congregations and their homosexual choir directors and their homosexual treasurers, and they like, you don't even want to go in church. Why? Because you might get proposition. As soon as they give you the program, a homosexual might proposition you. Ain't nobody want to go into church. But these developers, they know where to go. They go and grease their palms and then come in your community and do whatever they want to do. Okay, now we got a little sprinkle. Just like we got a little sprinkle of people that's real about making change and establishing change. You got a few churches and sprinkled around that's really, about the work. Really is about change. But we talking about the majority, people. We talking about the majority. We're not talking about the minority, the minors, the minutes. All of the majority of these pastors, they taking your money and they in the competition. Bishop so-and-so got a new church down here. Minister so-and-so got an added addition to their church. Well, we got to do something with ours because we got to be bigger and greater. But minister down the street and the church down the street, that's a black church just like yours. Couldn't that just be enough? Oh, because he put a bell on top of his church, you got to put 3 bells. And all we do is go up in the church on Sunday to get some inspiration, to get the spirit to go back to the 20-hour shuffle on Monday. And that's their job. They ain't nothing but soothes, massages, mental massages. You go in there every Sunday faithfully with your tithe envelope in your hand, filled up. You got your peppermints. And then when you pass on, they forget about you. You be just like my grandma. Be just like my great grandma. Paid all the tithes. Paid all the tithes. Did everything. When their time was up here on this earth, it was like they never was a member of the church. Go look them up. You know what this pastor name is? Pastor Peace. Go look it up, Zion Baptist Church, Brooklyn, New York. On Clinton and Washington, off of Fulton Street. But if Bishop Lowry was still in the church, I would think it would have been totally different. The original pastor, but we all move on. Then we come with the 501c3 pastor. Ready to line his pockets up. Quite a piece. Why do I remember this pastor's name? Why is it? But if you go down in Brooklyn and you go down on Washington, if you get on that A train and get off at Clinton and Washington and you walk up and you walk up the street from Zion Baptist Church and you look in the little square, you want to see the monument of a real pastor. So if you in the area, you go down and you check at that monument. It's probably between Fulton and Atlantic, right on Washington Street, and you see that monument and you look at that man, and then that's going to give you, and then you're going to see an example of a real pastor, of a real preacher, of a real bishop, and you rub his bald head. Because now you know. But these new church folks, what you think? How you think Jesus gonna feel? How you think he felt first time he found out that y'all allowed for the homosexuality back in the temple? You know the temple. The temple that Jesus went in there and he cleared out he tossed everything around. He threw the tables and tossed everything, flipped everything, and cleaned the temple out. All for y'all to do that to the temple? In the name of what? In the name of love? Our leaders are sways. They like kites. They like kites. You let them. They let the enemy sway them whatever way they want to sway. They're typical fields. You just sway. You never solid. Never on solid ground. Never on solid ground. And then when people start to waking up, but people ain't gonna put it out there. Why? Because they scared. You know, they ain't gonna talk about the real. Because they know it's gonna be some people that's gonna come after you. You know, it's gonna be some people that might, you know, you might wind up choking on a pickle, or on a boiled egg. They know. But what does it matter? You gotta go. That's the one promise that everybody was given. You might have been told a whole lot of stuff from the time you was born to now. But let me tell you some real. You're gonna leave here. Tomorrow is not promised. This is not forever. You're gonna go. You don't know the time or the place. So it's no time to wait. There's no time to talk. Talk and walk. You know when they used to say you can't do two things at once? You can't walk and chew bubble gum? Remember those sayings? What happened? We can talk and walk. We can talk and walk. And on that journey, if at any given time I feel like you're walking in a path that's not my path that I'm trying to go, okay, just keep it moving. I just keep it moving. No bad blood, no hate. I'm not mad. Listen, we came to the table, but our views was just a little off. So for the sake of argument, the sake of debate, the sake of letting this rent space in a situation that needs action now, a situation that needs to be addressed now, a network that needs to exist now. This is what needs to be done now. Like if am I the only one that see it? Honestly, I got to be the only one that see it. Because ain't nobody else got time to see anything. You're numb. You numb. You ain't got time to sit down with your kids for homework. What makes you think that you got time to try to figure out anything? This is a situation that the enemy has you in. I understand. I sympathize with you. There's no way that you can work 12 hours in that warehouse. try to get home, get you some sleep, cook for the babies. It's no way. So you don't have no time. It's not that you don't want to. It's not that you don't seek it. It's not that this is not what you want. But it's hard when you're stuck in the 20-hour shuffle with only 4 hours to spare. It's hard getting things done. I'm not in the 20-hour shuffle, and it's hard for me. That's how I know. But am I going to sit here and try to make it seem like, no, that's why I shout out to all my first shifters, all my second shifters, all my third shifters, because I know what time it is. It ain't nothing but the same program like inside behind the wall. It ain't nothing but modern day slaves. Where's our P&G? Do we have a company like Johnson and Johnson, Kellogg's, Post, General Mills, Del Monte, Hellman's? I mean, we got Famous Amos, but if I'm not mistaken, he sold that. I mean, which as he should have. I mean, that's the thing. That's what I was taught about business. You start a business, you mold it, you groom it, and then you let it go. You sell it. And then you do it all over again with something different. These was the jewels that I was given. So he did everything in his right power, but it's not something that's holding. It's not something that's binding. It's not a household name. It's not a household name. It's plenty of brands and products in my journey through this life that I thought was household brands. And then you know what? I came to another town and they knew nothing about it. They never heard about it. I got into the Italian ice business. The Italian ice business that I got into, I've been eating these Italian ices since I was a child. Plan to go into business in another state. They never even heard of them. That was the main reason that made me, I didn't say that was the main reason, but that like sealed the deal for me. It's new, never been heard of, and they love it. And I went on the move and I started getting my contracts. That's what I did. But we don't have that solid brand that we can look up to and say, oh, this represents us. But it's generation after generation after generation after generation after generation of people who have profited and prospered in these companies off of what? The sweat off of our backs. The sweat off of our backs. No job security. Job security is lost. How did they figure that out? Why is it a temp employment service agency popping up like, I mean, they popping up like the CD, like the bootleg CD man back in the 80s. You see, remember when the bootlegs, VHS tapes and all of it, when it first started, it was like you walk down the street, everybody was out there selling incense and wooden sculptures. and African medallions. Everybody was on the sidewalk selling that. Shit, once China Man came with the Boudet, walk down Fulton Street, man. It was that's the same way these temporary employment agencies are popping up now. Is it that like are we being forced into cheap labor, or is it just like it's just that lucrative? You ask yourself the question. There's no job security in the hood. Ain't no job security in the ghetto. You're gonna be bouncing from temp agency to temp agency. So what happened? They outsourced all the jobs, took all the trades out of the school. You graduate from college, with 30, 40, $50,000 in debt, no job. I've worked side by side to cop with um people with masters and bachelor's degrees in the warehouse. They was living the American dream, so they thought. They was doing everything that the higher the powers that be said that in order to be successful in this great land that we call America, in order to be successful, these are the things that you have to do. But then you get to the end of the road and you figure out you've been finessed. You've been finessed in the biggest way because now you stuck. Your hands is basically behind your back. Why? Because you in $50,000 in debt. So what did you just do here? Did you just actually go in debt for your whole education? Are you paying it? Are you paying it in at the end? Because you're gonna be people. I'm talking from experience. I done had conversations after conversation after conversation after conversation about what? About how student loans has gotten people that I know in the most wicked of jams. Like I wouldn't wish that I wouldn't wish something like I'm going through what I'm going through with the court system, and I could just imagine. I could just imagine. I just been going for the first half of the Live at 5. This one topic right here with this Facebook situation. You see how I was able to show you so many different angles on how these kind of situations are the number one reason why we are in the situation that we are in today. Stuck. The youth is lost, people. When Whitney Houston said she believed that children are the future, what happened? We all know what happened. She started smoking. But does that mean that the children are not the future? Do you really want to, especially the older people, like y'all gonna face so much wrath for the blind eye that y'all turn on the youth today. All of the rude comments, the rolling of the eyes, the not showing any genuine care, concern, it's gonna come back. Karma does not play. So it might not be now, but I want you to think about when you're in that nursing home. Who's gonna be in the nursing home taking care of you? Is it gonna be somebody that look like you, somebody that you can relate with, somebody that can relate with you? You gotta think about it. You're in a nursing home now. You at that old age. So you're gonna have to spend all of that time around a bunch of people that know nothing about you. Know nothing about you. A group of individuals that have done everything in their power since you made it here in America to keep you under their boot. To successfully keep you under their boot. Now, you're old, you're in a nursing home, and nobody in the nursing home looks like you because the children that was your future, you gave up on them, and they just running wild. They're not in school. They're not in school. And if the kids want to say, I'm not going to school because I don't want to get shot, can you blame them? These are kids. These are not adults. They can't understand. They can't, they talk they cuss you out at the bus stop, and they. But regardless of the fact, they've been damaged, and the end result is that these are kids. And what they need, they're not getting. What they need, they're not getting. What they need is one-on-one counseling. Some need more. They need more than one-on-one counseling. They need some kind of social counseling, some kind of activities. Get them out. The dad's not in the house by design. Due to what? Domestic relations, child protective service. Just until recently, it was HUD. Did anybody? I mean, the people that's been in the struggle and been in the ghetto and they know about low income housing. Why? Just up until now, it was okay for the mom to go and sign up for low income housing and get approved, but the dad better not be living in there, or the dad better not get caught by the maintenance man coming in and out of the house, unless everybody got to go. Why was that? Mom and kids, y'all safe. We're gonna put y'all in this housing development over here. But you're gonna have to go and put your kid's father on child support, and he's not allowed in that house. If he's caught in there, the maintenance man come by, he's taking out the trash, and we get contact, y'all all gotta go. Why was that? Why was that? Like really enforced? Like it was intent. They enforced that intensively. Why is it that we have people sitting in prison 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. Why? Because they don't have a home plan. Because they don't have a home plan. Now we're talking about individuals that are free. The state has no right to hold these individuals that I'm talking about. It's happening right now, people. They haven't broken any laws. Whatever the case may be, they should be out. They done pleaded guilty to whatever they pleaded guilty to, and whatever the charge was did not involve incarceration. So why is these males, females, adults, children being held in these facilities because of not having a home plan? When we see not having a home plan is stopped by design. You can't have a home plan if HUD is telling when like, how can you have a home plan when you now, so since not so long ago, now in order to get a apartment you got to have background check, criminal record check. Like, I thought it was security deposit in first month's rent. Why you gotta have my whole FBI file in order for me to get this slummy 1-2 bedroom? It's slummy. Everything is outdated. The electrical, the heating, there ain't no essential air. There's no it's horsehair beams in the walls. There's no sheet. Like, the windows cracking up. The light switches is blinking. But they want everything other than your fingerprints to put an application in. Then they want $55, $60 for an application fee that they know. That they know when you walked in there that you wasn't going to get that place. Only thing they wanted was your $60. Why? Because what did they tell you when you go in there and you fill out that application? This application fee is non-refundable. But we still got brothers and sisters locked up behind bars because they ain't got no home plan. That should have been home. Should have been home, contributed to society. But they make more money keeping you in there. You know, they're gonna make more money keeping you in the local jail. And it's happening in community after community after community, and nobody has stood up. Nobody has stood up. Everybody online talking about Bitcoin, and well, they ain't talking about that no more. But you know, it's all a wave. It's all a wave. Once the wave comes up, goes down, then it's not talked about anymore. But how do you feel? How would you feel if that was you? Locked up. The powers that be in the United States of America treats animals, dogs, cats, the animals, better than they treat you. If them animals in the forest is endangered, they're going to go all out of their way. It's going to be groups from all over the world. It's going to come and support and raise flags and throw blood, and they're going to do everything in the world. Because humans are deciding to invade on these animals' habitat. But the powers that be has been invading on our habitat in the hood, in the ghettos, for go. We not worth saving? Leave your dog outside your house and don't have a dog house, and leave that dog chained up to the tree. And the dog warden will be at your door with all kind of fines But so should I put a homeless person right next to the dog? Because right down the street, some homeless people outside. They ain't chained to a tree. They ain't even got a doghouse. Is it we got a homeless warden? No. The president is gonna sit back and talk about how I don't think that the homeless or the hungry issue in America has anything to do with the people being able to eat. I just think that they just don't know where to go at. I just think they don't know where the meals are being served and what time they're being served. But you get out there, you talk about the dogs or some extinct animal. Oh man, you got all the bells and whistles. You got all the bells and whistles on that. Kick a cat, kick a dog. Boy, they gonna be at your door. You might lose your job, everything. It go viral for you kicking the dog. You go to trial, ain't gonna be no not guilty. But they can send their soldiers to beat your ass. They can Rodney King you today. And what's gonna happen? Yeah, but if you mistreat that motherfucking Rottweiler, it's gonna be hell to pay. You mistreat that police dog, it's gonna be hell to pay. They're gonna treat that dog, that horse, just like it was the police. Why they can't treat you just like you're a human? Why they can't treat you just like you are a civilian? Why are they treating animals better than they treating you? You don't care, but you ain't got the time. Just take 10, 5 minutes real quick. Just think about that. You know? And people will call on you quick. They'll ride past your house. They'll see something ain't looking right. They'll call the game warden or whoever on you quick. But won't call and make a notion for somebody in the alley that's sleep in between two trash cans. You know, they're gonna see that, and that's just gonna be regular. But if it was a dog in between them two trash cans whimpering, man, you have activists coming all off the woodworks, and then hope you better not be by a business. They're trying to blame the business on the because of the dog. Say it was the dog, the business dog, all kind of stuff. Well, we got homeless people out on the streets. Think about it. It's right in your face. Factz me to go. I'm mad. And I got a right to be. I'm mad at our people. I'm mad at the people relaxed in the struggle. I'm mad at the people relaxed in the 20-hour shuffle. I'm mad at the people that every time somebody somebody does something to try to get out of the 20-hour shuffle as far as like opening a business or starting something, it's always the people that look just like the person that tear them down. I already said it. You want to open up sell a little merchandise in your neighborhood. You go about and you do the paperwork and you get it started. Who's gonna come in there and start trying to pop tags and steal out of your establishment? The white people ain't in your neighborhood. They sprinkle. They sprinkle here and there. But they got the white people in the struggle that's in the hood. They got respect because they with us. They got the same amount of respect. So they're gonna be the ones that's actually gonna come in there and support. But it's gonna be your own people that's gonna come in there and they're gonna be trying to sneak and slide and put stuff down their pants. And if you try to open up something, you try to sell some dinners, and you try to go into a restaurant business, it's gonna be somebody that looks just like you. Who's gonna come in there complaining about their stomach, talking about they gonna call a lawyer because you don't serve them some bad food. We're looking for the come up. You name it. You name a situation where we got a person in the struggle trying to come up, and it ain't somebody that look just like them tearing them down. But we gonna let the Arabs, the Chinese, the Koreans, we gonna let them all come in our neighborhood, and we support them. We support them. No matter if it's a liquor store, a food restaurant. We already know the Chinese. They selling everything in their store. They got a clothing store, electronics, cold cuts, Pepsi chips. They got everything you want in there. Prepaid credit cards, phone cards, lotto. You think they would have all of that stuff in there if we ain't support it? That's the reason why we ask for it. Instead of getting it ourselves, we go in there and ask them. We ain't even gonna talk about the hair, the weave. All this innovative stuff. Let's break it down. Let's talk about the barbershop. All this time we've been cutting hair, designs, and doing all kind of innovative stuff. But I can't go in Walmart and buy me a black-owned pair of clippers. I can't go in Walmart and find me a pair of trimmers that's manufactured and designed by a black person. How many barbershops we done opened up? How many heads done we done cut? When you go in the barbershop and you see the barbershop picture with all the different kind of design haircuts, who's on there? Who's the pictures of all them guys? You know, the fade, the different. Like, that's how we represent it. Just on a picture. Come on. Got to change the mindset, people. That should be the main objective for anybody. If you call yourself a leader, if you call yourself a Pan-Africanist, if you call yourself a revolutionary, let me see it. I hear it. I hear you. I hear you talking a good one. But it's a difference. My ears are tired. My ears are tired. My legs are well rested. It's time to move. Don't forget, spread the word. Behind the Wall campaign. Address is in the description. I need you to get that address, write it down, Get you an envelope and a stamp, and write some encouraging words to your family and let them know you need to get in contact with the Behind the Wall campaign. Brothers is out here and they putting in that work. Contact them for additional information and for enrollment. I will take care of the rest. We got a lot of things coming up. We got to begin to network. How to run a network. How do we start? We start with those bodies. We start with those bodies, with those cases inside of there. Build a file. Build a file. And then you start beginning to learn the ins and outs on putting somebody else's situation before yours. Because all of these agencies that we talk about, the welfare agency, the child support agency, at the end of the day, what these people are doing and what allowed them to get in the position that they're in is because they decided that they was going to look out for somebody other than themselves. And who that somebody was the single moms that was complaining, that was struggling. They needed more. They wanted more. What they was getting wasn't substantial. They wanted more. They was complaining about the fathers being able to just leave their kids, move on, and don't have to worry about anything. If they want to take care of the kids, they take care of them. If not, they don't. Somebody decided that was it was a problem with that, which I would feel it was a problem with that too. So they decided to come up with an agency. They got enough support, and it was put into effect. And now you're in the situation that you're in. So this is the time. That's why I brought about the Behind the Wall campaign, because I understand. And that's why I asked. All I ask, take the address down. If you have loved ones behind the wall, male, female, local, state, federal, no matter where they're at. I mean, you can JPay, you can send an email, whatever you choose. But I mean, I just ask that people put it in an envelope with a stamp. My show earlier, I talked about PayPal, GoFundMe, monetizations, all of those different money-making platforms is doing you more harm than it is good. If you are a celebrity, if you are NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, you can't donate. Why? Because you have a paper trail. You can't go on GoFundMe and throw some money because they're gonna be all in your business. You can't go on PayPal and throw some money because they ain't gonna have it's gonna be a paper trail. But y'all got the big bucks. Y'all can get an envelope in the anonymous donation. Ain't nobody gonna be able to say anything. It's an anonymous donation. You know what you did. You mashed something in between two envelopes, in between two napkins, and pushed it up in the envelope, and you shot it to Factz Media anonymously. You put $5 in there, Factz Media get $5. Factz Media ain't gonna get $4.68. You ain't gonna have the people behind the scenes at GoFundMe or PayPal all up in the business. wondering what's going on because you don't put in your profile everything that you plan on doing because you had to. So y'all can keep all that. Only thing I ask is just support the movement behind the wall. And if it's in your heart, you want to do something special, you're gonna have to do a little work. I don't want no PayPal, I don't want no GoFundMe, I don't want none of that. Mash something. Get that envelope, get that stamp, get you a paper towel and mash up. Slide it in there and ship it off. No more using that. We can't use that for a crutch anymore. We got people out here that's trying to help. But it's just the form of the ways that they can't help because you got the peoples in your business. You got the peoples in your business. Get the peoples out of your business. Go back to the basics. Factz Media Global. You've been tuning in with the KLC. Live at 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. I appreciate everybody for coming out. And building with the kid. And think about what's going on. I want you to focus on Russia. Focus on this Facebook situation. Just focus on what's going on. Show some interest on what's going on around you. Once again, it's the KOC. Live. Coming from the studios of the FMG. I'll holler back to y'all later on doing a daily wrap up. Hope everybody come through. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. All the information is in the description. 1.